Hey Keith, how are you?
Doing well. Hey, listen, I got some news for you.
Oh, wait, what's happening?
I'm coming out of Australia.
You're coming to Australia?
I'm coming to the land down under, brother.
Oh, why? To eat more Vegemite or meet Skippy the kangaroo?
Vegemite, brother. No Vegemite. No, I'm coming for the Vintage Bash, brother, 3.0. You keep talking about these Vintage Bashes. I've got shirts from 1 and 2, and I figured that's it. The third one, I'm going to get on site.
Dude,
I'm coming to Australia.
you're coming to Australia for the Vintage Bash 3.0. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome news, Keith. I can't wait to have you over.
So yeah, so now I got to figure out. I was reading the rules in the Bash pamphlet, and I got to figure out what cars I'm bringing.
Mate, I think I might have to get a semi-trailer in for when you bring your cars over.
I'm not bringing them all, dude. I'm trying to limit it to 4 or 5.
Oh, you're not going to just...
I'm coming to Australia.
Are you not going to charter like your own Lear jet and bring everything, or?
No. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to bring. I'm going to do what I can to set them up, and then I'm going to need some help from you.
No, that's awesome. That's great news. Well, I can't wait. So, how long are you coming for?
I'm coming, I think I leave the U.S. on October 23rd, and I'll be in Australia until November 10th.
No way, that's awesome.
So 2.5 weeks or so.
Well, guess what? You're going to have to trek with me in the van all the way down to Melbourne, so I hope you're up for a 1,000-kilometre drive each way.
That's fine with me. You guys drive on the right side or the left side?
It just depends. Yeah, we're on the left side. Yeah, we drive on the left and you drive on the right.
I don't know that I can share driving then.
No. Oh, that's great news, Keith. All right, well, I'm going to put this on YouTube and share it with all the people on YouTube, and yeah, we can share the good news, and I'm sure the guys down at Knox for the Vintage Bash 3.0 will be very excited to see you, and I just hope you bring your autograph pen so all the people can they can all get excited about getting Keith's autograph.
I'll sign it Donald Duck. I'm no big deal.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, good to talk to you, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good, brother. Thanks.
Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, there you have it. You've heard from Keith at RC Icons yourself. So Keith and I have been buddies for a while now, and for quite some time I've been comparing notes with Keith about what it's like to actually put these kind of vintage cars onto a racetrack, and that's what they were designed to do, many of these cars. So finally it's Bash 3.0 for Keith, and who would not want to come along? So Keith is not the only one, so I've been sharing some videos on this channel in regards to Bash 1 and Bash 2, and Bash 2 at Knox was just absolutely fantastic. You know, this year I got to have the drone up and see the scale of the competitors and all the gazebos and all the cars on the track and the competitors. It was just a really cracking good year. And so if you're new to the channel or you haven't yet viewed any of those videos from the Knox Vintage Bash, even the Keilor Vintage Bash, which was Bash 1, so Keilor Bash 1, Bash 2 was at Knox, and Bash 3 will also be at Knox again this year. So go and check out some of those videos. Now, I've still got more footage to grind through, and it's a bit of a challenge because there's quite a bit there that I've been running around with my GoPro and also with the drone. And this year I had the drone, or this past year's event I had the drone, which went up, and you could see just how big this event was and the kind of numbers that were turning up. So yeah, if you haven't seen those videos and you have an interest in it, really do yourself a favour and go back and check out the Knox Vintage Bash videos. I've got a video there with the Nico Brat, which Keith actually sent over to me and gifted to me. I got Louis to wheel that thing around at Knox while I got to fly the drone around and follow it. So yeah, anyone who hasn't seen that footage, or if you're on the cusp of making a decision to come to this event, by all means, you really need to go and do yourself a favour and check out some of those videos that I've done. And I'm not the only person who has done videos, so there might be some other videos on YouTube, so I'm not saying follow me, I'm just saying follow the event, because it's really worthwhile. So Keith seems to think so, but he's not the only one. So there's a Canadian coming over, and his name is Dwayne. Keith and I and Dwayne will be sharing accommodation over that week for the event, along with a couple of other friends. And so Dwayne is coming over. We've also got a Michael coming over from the USA. So each of those guys, I've had a chat with them on the via messenger calls, and they've expressed to me that on the back of the videos they've seen, they really want to come to Australia to this event. And you know, and why would they do it? You know, because you could go and race at a track anywhere, especially with modern day cars, and a lot of you know, throughout Europe and the UK and in the States. And even in New Zealand, there is a vintage following, and there are vintage events that have been run for years. But the Knox Vintage Bash is potentially the only real vintage facility or a track with a facility that is good for the vintage cars. Or, you know, it's not carpet, it's not indoor clay, it's an actual loose dirt surface. So not to forget, in fact, of course, that Chargers up in Queensland, up near Brisbane, they have been building their own second vintage-friendly track on the grounds of where they have their main modern-day track. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for that one too, because as time goes by, I know those guys have been meeting up regularly to do this sort of stuff, run some vintage days and nights there, and eventually I'm sure they'll put on a really big event, and many people from interstate and potentially even overseas will come along and get their cars out in the dirt, which is going to be very similar to what we've seen at Castle Hill, what we used to see at Ryde, what we used to see at St Ives, and obviously what's going on at Knox. So yeah, so and also not to be outdone by the Americans and Canadians, we do have quite a strong contingent of Kiwis coming over. So our NZ friends are coming over, and some of them did come out for the last vintage festival at Castle Hill, and even the year before that, and I think there's been a few consecutive years. I think it's Dean Evans has been coming out, and I saw him racing his Fox two race meetings ago at Castle Hill, and I think pretty sure he took the win with that Tamiya Fox, and he does really well. So it's always good to have the Kiwi guys out, and they bring some great cars and do some good racing. So yeah, where are we up to? Vintage Bash 3.0. Now, I really do want to do some kind of a video on that event now, a more detailed video. And what I can say is this year it's going to be era based. So they've got from 85 to 87, they've got from 89 to 91, and it continues along like that. So they're actually running based off ISMA events. So it's not to say that you can't run a car that wasn't at that event, it's just they're the cut-off dates. And what that does is it creates brackets so that people now who may have felt outgunned with their, let's just say, a 6-gear RC10 turning up to run 2-wheel drive, you know, 21.5/stock, you know, would be up against maybe associated B3s and Losi XXs, and even, I think they've even been running XXs. So, you know, now you've got cut-off dates, so you've got brackets. So now anybody who would want to turn up with those earlier cars, even like there's quite a lot of interest going on out there for, say, you know, the Yokohama 834s and early Optimas and Hirobo Zertas and Mugen Bulldogs and SG Coyotes and all these cool cars. Well, great, they'll fit right into the 85, 87. But anyway, that's a video for another time, and that will be coming up soon. But I'm going to give Louis an opportunity. He wants to release something this Friday about the 85, 87 class. So I don't want to steal his thunder. I'm very excited about it all, and I will get back to you guys with a video after he has done his, because I feel like that's just paying him the respect of him presenting it to the audience first. And you know, I'm going to follow up, and happy to. I talk to Lou often, and you know, he's filling me in on how he wants this event to go. And let me tell you, it's going to be, I think, the best vintage event anyone's ever seen. And I know people can say that because that's what's coming up and that's what we're looking for, but this is a format in Australia that we haven't seen before, and I'm really excited about it, because you're going to see more of these really cool old cars come out. And people come out with them confidently, knowing they're not outgunned. So, you know, they're locked in by those dates, which means, you know, you won't be putting Losi XXX4 Worlds cars up against Hirobo Zerdas, you know, like it's or an Kyosho Optima. You know, they're not of the same era, and it's fine for those who want to, but it also then creates within the vintage community that maybe more people need to be running Losi XXX4s. If they want to have fun out there in 17.5 / you know, open brushed motor classes. But anyway, I'm going to leave that for here. Thank you very much for tuning to stop in and check out this video. I'm super excited for Keith to come here to Australia, and I know a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing you, Keith. And we've got a strong little vintage contingent here on the Central Coast. We all want to catch up, and they all want to come round to the True Vintage RC Clubhouse, and when you're here, and we can have a good yarn, and you know, they'll be glad to meet you in person. So what a great thing this is. So thank you very much, guys, for choosing to stop in and check out my video today, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.